army of painters Jazza's collection, which has a bunch of paints, brushes, as well as little stuff like these, so we can make a base more customized, or even build a diorama if you want. I don't think we're going to do it, at least not in this video. Maybe at a future time. Welcome back to Strikeout. Today we will be painting the minis. This is part 2. If you haven't seen the first part in which we assembled our mini, go and watch that. It'll be in the card and in the description below, so you can check that out before you go to this. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, the result of that last video was this guy. You'll see it in detail in a second. But anyways, we're just going to be painting this guy. Again, using the stuff that was provided in Jazza's Army of Painters collection, and specifically paints, brushes, this guy. Let's get right into it. Oops. Alright, and now, as you can see, he has changed a little bit. He's got these shoulder pads, or cauldrons, or pauldrons, whatever you want to call them, on now, and he's also changed his weapon. I forgot to do the shoulder pads in part 1, so I went and recorded that. And so that will be in part 1, but yeah, a little weird because I recorded it after the intro where he didn't have shoulder pads. And then also, like I said in the last video, didn't feel like the trident kind of fit his knight looking aesthetic, so I just changed it to the sword. And now that's our guy right there. So we're gonna get to painting this guy. We got the wet palette all set up now. I mean, there's no paint on it, but the thing itself is set up now. That's gonna be interesting. And then here we have the Kolinsky Masterclass. This is supposed to be a really good paintbrush for the details because it has a really small tip or nib or whatever you want to call it, and you can get those really precise details on there. And so let's just go ahead and prime them up real quick. Ooh. Alright, now we got this guy roughly primed all over everywhere. Like I said, pretty rough, but yeah, he's primed up. Now, we just gotta do all these guys. Yay! Alright, strange things keep attaching. We got all the pieces primed up. And now to slap them onto here. Alright, there we have him right there. The man, the myth, the legend, all primed up and ready to paint. This is where we get to the good part. This satisfaction of seeing color on this big boy. But we have to first choose the colors and then paint it. Alright, it has been the night, and yeah, notice anything different? That's right, I put this thing on. I totally forgot that I had it. I was putting away my other stuff so I could go to sleep, and I saw this guy in the bag with the heads, and I totally forgot about it. And I was like, yo, that would totally fit the night aesthetic, and it'd totally make him look like a captain, right? And so I slapped it on there with a hefty amount of super glue, if you can see. Not really, actually, but yeah, pretty decent. Actually, no, you kind of can see it. And then I painted over with primer, and yeah, he's all primed up and ready to go, baby. And yeah, this is the color selection. And over the night and in the few hours that I've been awake this morning, I've came to a more, how do you say, detailed plan for the colors of this guy. Maybe since he's the captain or the leader of this squad, maybe I can make him be black and gold. And then all the rest of the guys will be blue and white or red and white. I think that's what I'm going to do because I really want this guy to be black and gold. That sounds freaking dope. Alright, that's what we're doing. We're doing black base, gold on the trim, and then we'll do the metallic on these guys and probably a bit on his what do you call it? Face thing. His helmet. And then in the inside, we're probably going to put the blue. I'm probably going to put that on the eyes of the lion as well. And then again, we'll be using the red for some blood effect. And the white, I'm not sure. Alright, and we have done all the black for all the different pieces that are going to be black. And if you notice, there's a lot of gray parts, especially on this guy, and on the sword, and they don't have the black paint on them. And that, of course, is because they're going to have other paints. And now, sure, there's going to be a lot of this that isn't just black, but since majority of it's going to be black, and only the trim's not, I figured go over it with the bigger brush with just black, and then we'll go over with the tiny brush and do the different accents and details and trims and stuff like that with the other colors, which is also something that they said to do in a tutorial video. And so if you want to check that video out, link will be in the description and in the card right now. So you can go watch those if you go watch that if you wanted to. That's on the Tabletop Time YouTube channel, which is where they do tabletop roleplay. Anyways, now we are on to the accent colors. And I'm thinking we go with the metallic just because it's the next biggest spot. And so, yeah, let's do that. Alright, well, there you go. We finished that coat of the metallic, which we put here on the base, and then as well as on the bottom, and then we just did the stripe to kind of base it all together like that. It did kind of overlap a bit onto the top in a little bit of places, but nothing a little cleanup can't fix. And then here we did the silver. Managed to get it pretty close in all parts to the black, because of course you don't want it to overlap. And then again with the shield, which I ended up just coating the whole thing in this metallic because it looks pretty cool. But I still do think I'm gonna put the gold on the. Okay, well actually, I think what I'm gonna do is do the gold trim actually, instead of doing the gold in like the hair part, because I feel like this whole thing should be like an iron sort of thing with like a gold trim. I feel like that would be the best way to do it, and then we'll leave that the way it is. And then, yeah, the other pieces have not been done anything to. So there you go. And now we shall move on to gold. And not only are we doing gold, but we're moving from brush to, or from brush, gonna be moving from the base coating brush to our Kolinsky Masterclass brush, which is super fine tip to get those tiny details. And look at it, compares it to my nail. That's tiny. That is tiny. And in comparison to this brush, it's probably like half the size, to be honest. Maybe even less than that. Super duper small for those fine details. And because I'm not the most stable person, I think I'm gonna be using this for the not so super fine details, but just the details that are gonna need a little bit more precision. So let's go in with the gold. Sorry about the bit of background noise. We're doing some work on the house. But anyways, this is what, oh wait, let me fix the light. This is what we have right now. So as you can tell, shield, very shiny still. That's gonna change after we put the strong tone on. It's gonna get a lot more depth into the grooves, a lot less shiny. And the same thing with the sword, to be honest. And then you got the shoulder pads with its gold, and then you got this little belt buckle thing, I don't know. Painted it gold just cause there wasn't that much color on his body. And then I got those little bolts and stuff, and then in there you got these little silver things with the, what do you call it? And then some more of that silver. And then we painted this white, and then you got some little more gold dots sprinkled about everywhere. And yeah, that's about where we are right now. And so now we're gonna do the, I'm thinking we do the blood and the strong tone, because the strong tone will bring out more of a dark color in the blood, because of the dragon red color. Looks pretty like bright red, and so if we put this first and then the strong tone over it, it'll make it look a lot more, I still don't have the word, it'll just make it look more like blood, you know, a darker, deeper, more gruesome looking red. And then we're also going to do the blue in the eyes, both eyes, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right. Alright, now we got the blue in the eyes, as you can see. Yeah. And then now, we're going to add in the blood. So let's just... Alright. This guy is almost done. We have done the blood. I know it doesn't look too crazy right now. It doesn't look too good, you know, but the strong tone is really going to bring out all the depth we need and really give it that oof look, you know, real battle worn, torn, born, schmorn-lorn look, you know what I mean? Let's do it. Alright, and it's not completely dry on all the pieces, but this is now what we got. So as you can tell, a lot less shiny, more of a semi-gloss, and it kind of brings out more of the grudginess in the blood and in the whole thing itself. See, this side like shimmers and all that. This side doesn't really do it that much. It makes it seem more war-torn. And then here you got the little pauldrons in the bottom part of the arm. And then you got the face, which I'm hoping when it dries the blue shows more, because if it's just that, I'm gonna have to paint a little bit more, because I wanted it to be like a half and half, to be honest. But yeah, and then you got his little mohawk all dirty and stuff. I left a little bit of it clean because I wanted to. And then you got that little blood stain on his helmet right there. And then you got the main guy, which I just oiled up the whole floor. He's look all greasy and dirty and gross. And then you got him with all the blood, and then a lot of that strong tone, especially where the blood is, to bring out the darkness in the blood. The oozing googie schmoogie doogie in it. I don't know, man. Alright, and now we've finished. I didn't really do the white and the highlights and stuff like that, but I did put a little bit of gloss, if you can tell. And you can actually tell a lot. But anyways, this is the final product, pretty much. That's our guy. And you have all of our pieces right here. What we're going to do right now, before I show you the final product all together, is we're going to make the little base, this little circular thing. We're going to customize it with some grass, some little wood pieces, I don't know. And then I'm going to try to mix some of this with some of the strong tone and see if I can make it look like ash. If not, then we're not going to use it. I don't know. We might. I don't know. Probably not. But hopefully it can make it look like ash. I think that'd be really cool. But anyways, yeah, dude. Let's do it. Alright, and that quickly turned into a big old mess. But here's the final product, ladies and gentlemen. This is our man right here. The man, the myth, the legend. Here he is, my first mini... What do you even call these things? Mini figures? Mini... Just miniatures? I don't know. Whatever they're called. This is my first one. I'm pretty proud of it, to be honest. I think I did pretty decent. I kind of messed it up with a lot of the grass, but to be honest, I kind of like the way it turned out. It makes him look like he was inside of a battle, and they're like rolling around and battling and stuff. So yeah, I like the way it turned out. This stuff, the grass right here is kind of weird. But anyways, yeah. I like it. So people, comment down below if you guys like it or not, or if I did something wrong or something. I don't know. Give me some feedback, some constructive criticism, anything you got. Put it in the comments, or maybe something else we should do in a future video. Put it in the comments down below as well. And if you liked the video, please consider subscribing and watching some of our other content. If not, that's cool too. Anyways, this has been part 2 of my first miniature boy. And I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. That was stupid. Okay, peace out. Ooh.